TV trash. Shows airing in first-run syndication rarely succeed, but two big exceptions were definitely Hercules, The Legendary Journeys, and Xena, Warrior Princess. Loaded with corny gags, anachronisms, and sometimes pretty impressive story arcs, the two shows helped launch Kevin Sorbo and Lucy Lawless into cult legends. When Hercules' run ended in 2000, Universal began searching for a show to replace it. And thus we got Cleopatra 2525. With the success of a historical anachronistic show, Rob Tapert and Sam Raimi apparently decided to go the opposite route next and create a sci-fi themed show about a post-apocalyptic future world featuring three actresses who had recurring roles on the Hercules and Xena series. And yet the one playing the title character didn't get top billing. Not a good way to start, in my opinion. The pilot episode opens in the ruins of the Sistine Chapel, I'm guessing, with our first two main characters, Helen and Sarge, played by Gina Torres and Victoria Pratt. Okay, so it looks like the future is all one big green screen effect. Good night, I think the Power Rangers had better special effects! And the monsters were scarier too! So in this world, some sort of alien robot race has taken over the Earth and they're turning humans into cyborgs, forcing mankind to live in an underground labyrinth maze. Where did the labyrinth come from? Never explained! Helen and Sarge are a team of resistance fighters battling the robots known as the Baileys and the cyborgs known as Betrayers. So while Helen gets Sarge medical attention from their latest mission, they come across this girl Cleopatra, played by Jennifer Skye, an exotic dancer from the year 2001 who went to get a boob job and had to be cryogenically frozen. And some people think our healthcare system didn't need change.
This can't be happening. Everyone I love is gone. My whole world has been destroyed.
Philip J. Fry sure took it better.
Where are we? Where the hell are the elevators?
Well, Sarge has made herself oh so likable. So Cleopatra has to join the resistance fight as Helen, Sarge, and their robot boy toy Mauser not only look for a way to defeat the robots, but also fight the other mutant tribes in the underground, who I think are all rejects from Doctor Who. The biggest of these threats is Kefka from Final Fantasy VI.
Krigan! That Krigan, what did he do?
He murdered my family.
Oh, but it appears the underground isn't all pain and war because it apparently has a ton of eclectic after-hours clubs. The girls often take advantage of this by using their feminine wiles to get what they want. Ah, criminy, this is gonna be a live-action stripperella, isn't it?
I hope you're hearing this. I don't think we should be going up there.
What's her problem?
Hell, you have to.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention Helen has a voice in her head thanks to some implanted doodad. And yes, she's only called voice for the entire series. Creative. This voice is supposedly the leader of the resistance and talks to all of her soldiers in this anonymous way.
Raina was once very much like you.
And what's that supposed to mean? Voice?
See, that's why I killed the voices in my head. Just pretend you never heard that.
So who's this voice?
The voice has saved us more times than I can remember. She's the reason we're going to take back the surface.
Oh, thanks! For a moment I was afraid you were going to be cryptic!
You're very concerned about the way you look, aren't you?
She needs help fast. She won't make it.
Okay, I'm confused. Which ones are supposed to be the robots? I mean, Sarge and Helen almost never show any emotion throughout the series. I guess they're supposed to be all battle-hardened from the war, but that still doesn't solve the problem. Hercules and Xena were driven by the characters having personality. Here, they strip away the characterization and just throw a bunch of hot girls and special effects. Basically, it's like a TV version of a Michael Bay film, with 1% of the budget. The only one in this show who shows any type of persona is Cleo, and it's not exactly endearing. A lot of the time she comes off as a whiny, dorky, fraidy cat.
You've got to get Mouser to build something to help control Reina's powers.
But climbing those shafts make me dizzy. Oh, no. I need more training, more conditioning, more gizmos for my gauntlet.
Jeez, Gabrielle in season 1 had more guts! And look, I know this is how someone would react in real life to this situation, but that doesn't mean it works for a main character in an action show!
Go on. Make my day.
What?
Do you feel lucky? Traveling between Earth and the mother planet is a little difficult without a starship, even for a Jedi like your sister. Your sister has had a close encounter of the fourth kind. The truth is out there, Lily.
You know, you'd think a hot blonde who spouts geeky references would be one big turn-on. Turns out, not really. The biggest reason for all of this may be because each episode is only a half-hour long. Dramas are usually in full-hour format because they rely more on story and character development. By cutting that time in half, it doesn't leave enough space to expand on these issues. Now, there are a number of stories that intertwine with each other, particularly pertaining to Cregan's relationship with the Baileys and the Voice, as well as Helen's missing father. That leads us into a finale that I admit was pretty compelling. It finally showed us the Voice, though not much more than that, and revealed that Cregan wasn't just working with the Baileys, he created them!
And what about your skin? It's damage caused by extensive exposure to cryofluid, isn't it? You're 5 centuries old.
Initially, the Baileys were environmental control units.
Until you decided we humans were the mess.
In due time, they decided that for themselves. I just happen to agree with them.
Wait a minute! A monster clown who wants to destroy mankind with killer robots? Good night it is, Kafka!
My ancestors left us a legacy as well. The shaft defense cannons, the only weapons capable of destroying a Bailey. We've moved them to the surface. Proceed with the counterattack.
When did this turn into the Transmorphers movie? That's it! Yeah, that's how the series ends. In one big battle we never see the end of. Angel didn't end on this frustrating a note. We still didn't find out exactly who the Voice really was, let alone how she can shapeshift, or why Cregan got skin damage from the cryo when Cleo is still so gorgeous, and much of the climax didn't even involve the main characters. Rob Tappert, you gave us one of the best superheroines in recent memory with Xena, but in this show's case, you suck! I think the biggest disappointment is that the premise of this show looks like a home run, but instead it strikes out on 3 pitches looking. The effects are cheap and lazy, the characters are either annoying or wooden, and the story drags until it comes to a close in one of the worst Bolivian army endings I've ever seen. It's amazing how Tappert and Raimi could take the concept of hot babes fighting killer robots in the future and have it fail so badly. But wait a minute, wasn't there another show that went along with this one?
I would have knocked, but my fist had other plans.